Here in another glorious hotel room in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you to everybody who came out for the show. There is a column here in truthdig.com from one of the Gina Haspel torture survivors. She just got confirmed. You know, if you watch any of her confirmation, they asked her a bunch of questions and she just gave sort of vague, cagey responses, which is what, you know, she does. She looks evil. She looks like the type of woman that if she was a lunch, there was these mean lunch ladies when I was in grade school at Henry David Thoreau School in Madison, Wisconsin. And some of them were mean. They were mean women. They looked like they got off on beating kids. I've seen some nuns like that. She's a sinister, evil person. Evil person. So she ran a black site, which is like an off-the-books torture facility that the CIA uses, and they do it in Thailand. They do it usually in places where torture is legal. They, you know, she of course gave the old just following orders. If you know something is wrong, you just say this is wrong and you leave. I don't want to do this. Why would I want to be involved in torture? She signed up for it. She wanted it. She was some of her tactics. She's fucking awful. But this article is by Fatima Baqr. The question she would have liked to have asked. So Baqr and her husband, a leader of a group opposing Gaddafi, were fleeing the dictator's regime in Libya and were on their way to Europe when she was seized in Malaysia by men who turned to be out with the CIA. She wrote an op-ed piece on May 8th in the New York Times, and where she said, I know what I'd ask her. Do you know about my abduction and abuse? Were you involved in it? What will you say if President Trump's ask you? She said that, this is her quote, that she was not allowed to sleep. She was pregnant and later gave birth to a baby that weighed 4 pounds. She says, some of what they did to me in that prison was so awful I can't talk about it. They hit me in the abdomen just where the baby was. To move me, they bound me to a stretcher from head to toe like a mummy. I was sure that I would shortly be killed. And there's no way Haspel didn't know this was happening. This is being done in our name, as a man, to fight the global war on terrorism. These were people who were opposed to Gaddafi. You know, the guy who said he didn't want to use the U.S. dollar anymore, and Hillary Clinton cheered when he was murdered. Gaddafi, not a good guy. I'm not saying Gaddafi was a good guy, but look what we did. More of our regime change. Now what's happening in Libya is ISIS took over. There's open slave markets. It's horrifying. That's good old American help. That's how America helps. We come in and blow up a society. We get rid of the bad guy, and the bad guy mainly was the worst thing. Apparently, the bad guys do is they don't want to use the petrodollar anymore, so we take them out. This is what this woman writes. I don't think badly of Americans. She does, however, think Americans deserve honesty from their intelligence offers. I don't believe most ordinary people would have supported what the CIA did to me if they'd known. And here's the thing you need to understand. If anyone's watching this who's like, wow, terrorists are awful, we had to do that. You know, we got to play tough. We got to fight fire with fire. Okay. If you go against your government, they could do this to you. They did it to Chelsea Manning. If you stand up and resist this government, they could do that to you. And if you think I'm being hysterical or ridiculous, look what they're doing to people who are just whistleblowers. Julian Assange, all he's done, people gave him information and he just put it out on the internet. He hasn't broken into anything. He's just released information. And he's a political prisoner. And now the Ecuadorian government has done a military deal with the U.S., so that's why they've now cut him off. Because that's what the U.S. does. We want this guy. We're going to lean on you as hard as we can. And we think we're the good guys. We're not. We're not. And it's up to you. It's up to all of us. This is why this might seem bigger than, oh my God, it's the CIA, it's Thailand, it's this, what are we going to do? Well, this is why you vote for a progressive candidate. This is why you volunteer in their campaign to help them get elected. If you got a full-time job, you just, phone bank for them a couple hours a week or something. Those little things might not seem like a lot, but they're banking on all of us not paying attention. They're banking on us just staying apathetic. They're banking on us just watching 30 minutes of Rachel Maddow or Chris Matthews or CNN headline news and hope. And then if we just watch 30 minutes of that, then that's how we're staying informed, then they got us. No, I don't have time to vote. I don't have time to get involved in politics. If we all get more involved, then we can weed out this kind of awful behavior and get these people out of here. Because I think it's going to be death of 1,000 cuts. That's how you take down power. You can't send one person at them. You have to send 1 million. Because if you just have one person, like let's say Bernie, they look what they did. They screwed over Bernie. That's what they did. But if there's just progressives winning in all these seats and all these races and all these little local government, city government, school boards, all of that stuff, then you'll start to see some change happen. So, and we got to pay attention. This is Gina Haspel. I mean, it's just like, she's awful. She's an awful person. So, thanks for watching the show. Thanks for supporting it. And together we're going to make Gotham great again.